I started working in coaching back in 2007 when I joined Brown, supporting founders and entrepreneurs working on social impact ventures. I resisted the idea of being a coach for many years. Didn't really understand what the field was about, didn't really even respect that it was a field or a professional practice. And it wasn't until coming to ACT that I started to understand the real science behind coaching, the methods of coaching. Aside from all the skills that I got, the most valuable part of the ACT program at Brown was the cohort that I developed. Friends and colleagues who I am regularly in touch with, who know me and my foibles and help me be a better coach.
I was actually really surprised. I was part of the first cohort that did their program completely virtual. But at first I was kind of resistant because I had a preconception that, virtual is not going to be as good. And, if it's not in person, then what is it really? And so on and so forth. And I was honestly shocked to find how useful the skills of virtual coaching and phone coaching and everything that is basically non-locationally based coaching, how powerful that is. I think we didn't realize it initially because, COVID had just started and, we were frankly part of a different world. But now having gotten that skill set, that's almost become the most useful part from the course because so many of my clients have gone remote, have gone virtual, and to have the skill set already built in so that I don't feel like I'm scrambling was actually, it turns out, a boon of the course and not an issue. So I really appreciate the virtual training. I think that the way that they structured it and how quickly they pivoted it was honestly extremely impressive.
As a result of this program, there have been a lot of areas where I have grown, and in turn it allows me to help my clients grow. And specifically, it really focuses on any doubts or any inner critic situations. I focus work on professionals of color. And historically, there is a lot of doubt in inner critic work that leaders of color will reference. Working in the program has really helped to identify what is that inner critic, what does it look like, and how do you move forward so you can really be your best self. What has really helped is the teaching of understanding bias, understanding judgment, and really going into the relationship with the client and really co-creating from an open, transparent, and authentic way. DEI is really centered around being able to acknowledge differences and celebrating differences. And as a result of working through this program, it really solidifies my work and my ability to help others understand their differences and how they can truly optimize their value and contribute to their organization's success by bringing their own self and their best self.
So my role at Michigan State University is multifaceted, and I work with medical students. I also run an institute for healthcare leaders for current leaders in healthcare or current physicians, for example, and I consult internationally with an Egyptian military medical school. So things like the powerful questions, for example, really empowered me as a leader, even with my own team, to be able to help individuals identify their own solutions, help empower them to move forward and grow as leaders, helping develop medical students to become coach-like physicians with their patients, or helping healthcare leaders and physicians to be coach-like in their leadership positions as they're leading teams through change and transformation. As uncomfortable as it made me, I really appreciated the opportunity to practice coaching in small groups, in our IMF sessions as well as our MCG sessions. It really challenged us to apply all of the things that we learned into practice.
I'm most excited by the fact that we're in a period of time as a country where we are able to engage in more effective conversations around race, ethnicity, sexual orientation than we ever have been at any point in our collective experience. We can really peel back the onion in a very service-oriented, coach-like way to help people understand where they are in the context of that conversation. I felt I was a pretty effective coach after 20 years, but I realized I was really more of a mentor. And the Brown ACT program helped me to understand that. I'm called upon on regular occasion to speak with people who have no direct reporting relationship to me in a coach-like manner. And I have to develop those conversations and develop that relationship in a way that they feel honored, heard, and empowered to share their perspective in a way that benefits the connections of the team. And I think that's what I've been able to bring back from the Brown ACT program to this point.
Coming out of this program, I really thought about how to take these tools out into the world. Where can I direct my energy in those actions so that they can have the broadest impact? I work with founders, and so I wanted to do everything I could to help those companies grow and to help them change the world in the ways that they wanted to. And especially because I work with female founders, I feel even more passionately about it because there just aren't that many female founders and we're not getting most of the VC funding. So there was a part of me that just thought anything I can do to give an extra leg up. And the way I brought coaching into it was I was advising some of them and I realized that what they really needed was an advisor slash coach, because I could only advise them to a certain point, and then I realized often there was a blocker in the way, or I could sort of sense that there was something deeper that they needed to address before they could actually move forward and even bring the company forward, right? It can actually hold back the entire company when this is the leader of a company. If what you're really after is like, how can I, have as much impact with this 1 hour, or this one person, or this one project that I'm working on, that there is a way to do that too. And that is working with clients who you 100% believe in and who are out to change the world, who are up to something really big. And you have the gift to be able to work with them and help them get through whatever obstacles are in the way so that they can create the great things that they want to in this world.
I started this program basically the week after lockdown, and there was so much uncertainty. It really provides an incredible framework to go deeper and to really just understand what makes myself tick, what motivates me, what I'm passionate about, how there are patterns that show up that aren't serving me anymore, and actually to also have a lot of compassion for myself in knowing that some of those things that might not be serving me now actually served me at one point in time. The LPCC program has been integral and came at just the right time in order to provide that pause, that reflection, while also learning a whole new skill set.